looking at the topic of being able to have unity of direction when trying to accomplish tasks. And this is very important because we are all running businesses, and we are dealing with multiple stakeholders. We are looking at being able to get our teams to be productive and our teams to be able to deliver on the tasks that we allocate to them. But because we also understand in the COVID era, it has become something very, very hard for us to be able to achieve, simply because people are not unified. Let us talk about unity. I love teaching unity to teams from the perspective of the body. When you look at the head, the way the head works and the way the hands work and the way the legs work, they look like they are separate, but they are actually needing each other in order to be able to do any little thing. And so this is where I actually tell businesses, your entire business and team, and when it comes to accomplishing tasks, you need to tell them it is not a competition. Si ati nani ndio amefanya vizuri ama nani ndio amefanya better than mwingine. It is about, please let us work together. Mimi naweza fanya side yangu, wewe unafanya side yako, but we are able to deliver. We can then just imagine how much of an effort you require to be able to deliver food to the front of the restaurant. You will be able to deliver food to the front of the restaurant if you have the back of the restaurant working on their tasks effectively, to be able to support the front of the restaurant to deliver on the food that they require for the guests. And therefore, what are some of the tools that we need when we are thinking of putting together a unifying team and a task? The first thing is to think about the stakeholders and what they require. The stakeholders actually require to work together at a horizontal level. If you are the founder of your business, if you are the manager of your business, or you have a partner as well, the two of you need to unify yourselves using a vision and using a mission, and understanding why certain tasks need to be prioritized and why they are critical for your business. And therefore, at the highest level, unifying of the tasks and accomplishing tasks starts with the vision and the mission of the organization. And that is why I say, even as small business owners, it is so important for us to be able to ensure that we actually have a vision and a mission and some values. Now let us go and look at some of the things that we use to be able to accomplish our tasks. Now, when you think about the tasks, it is important for you to look at having a clear organization gram. An organogram, as we call it, helps you to identify who sits at the very top of that organization and who sits at different levels. So who is the one within the task who can think about a task and direct the task, while who is the one that actually does the task. So it is also very, very key. The organization chart is a very key chart for you understanding exactly how you're going to deliver on the tasks. We use some items in the business that help us to track some tasks. Now you can use the chat section to share with me what are some of the productivity tools that you use. For me, I usually recommend a few tools, and one of them is called Slack. I don't know if you have ever heard of the productivity tool called Slack. We are now in the era of technology. We are not sitting with our employees in the same place. And because of that, it is important that you use tools that can show you what Nancy is doing, what Odipo is doing, what Kamau is doing, what Tina is doing, whether you are there or not. And so I would recommend, if you have a smartphone, go to either the Google Store or the iPhone Store and download productivity tools. One of the best ones that merges with even the software that we use in our day-to-day lives is something like to-do list. It is called to-do list. I just download it. It is free, and you can start using it straight away by adding your team members and adding the tasks. So how do I use to-do list? I can use to-do list even by simply going shopping. When I am going to shop with my family, I divide the tasks of how we are going to shop, and with that I am able to track. I'm able to track where everybody is and what we can do in terms of those tasks that we are doing. Now, when it comes to using other tools as well, there's something that is to-do list. There's another one called Todoist. So you can download Todoist, you can download to-do lists, you can download Slack. As I've just told you, it is really an amazing tool that can help you to think through what ways you can work with the team. Now, once you have found a good productivity tool, na hii ni wewe mwenyewe kuchagua. Some people prefer even a productivity tool like their diary. Na mimi siwezi danganya, I still use a diary because I am traditional and sometimes I am traveling and I cannot remember, what we are doing on which day and everything. And so I will carry my diary. It's a very small one, and it will show me day in, day out what are the things that I need to remember and who is doing what on that day. So what I was meaning is that having productivity tools is very important. That's also the other thing that is so important in accomplishing a task. It is something I call the brainstorming sessions. For me, I've worked in global business, I've worked in local business, and I've run my own business. I have seen it all. Na kuna vitu tu zile, they work across all types of businesses or whatever. These methods work. One of my methods is meeting. Either I am meeting you in person. So now when COVID restrictions were released a little bit or whatever, we have a meeting at least once or twice a month. And for us, one meeting is a very serious meeting. We go into the office and we sit and do a whole day or a whole morning of discussions and brainstorming. What is happening? So here, you can always have a standing agenda. Unaelewa? For how you accomplish the task. So, unaambia mtu na sisi utumianga dashboard. So, a dashboard is simply the list. Hiyo kitu tu tumesema. So, una print to your list, ama unakuja nayo na simu yako kama uko na hizo apps, kama wewe ni techie vile nimesema. And then you come and you tell everybody. You start asking. And it is good for you, the founder, to actually look through this list 1 or 2 days. Really spend time and analyze. Nani anafanya kazi? Nani hafanyi kazi? Who is always pushing the deadlines? Who is not? And if you want to, because me, I've worked in the policy making space. If you want to, you can create a policy on the fact that if you delay on a task or you don't complete a task, or we have to reallocate your task, there is either a financial penalty, and you're allowed to do that, a small penalty within the business because you have had to move it to somebody else, or the financial penalty is work. Me, I can tell you for sure. Or a financial reward. So kama hata mtu anapatanga salary yake X amount, you can tell them certain percentage for all completion of tasks on deadline. Now, when the entire team knows that there is a reward and there is a consequence, please take this away. It is important to have a reward and a consequence in your business. Because if you do not, first of all, if you don't have consequences, ni kama tu kwa nyumba. The children know there is no consequence for doing or not doing anything, or there's no reward for doing kukua mzuri ama kukosa kwa mzuri. They will just behave anyhow. So in a business, it's also very, very important, and to write it down. What are the things that need to be done, when they should be done, and what are the rewards and what are the consequences, and to be transparent about this so that at the end of the month, amugombani na mtu anaelewa kabisa. There's nothing and nobody waste their time, money, or whatever in accomplishing the task. Then during the brainstorming meeting, which you can decide. I was just coaching another business last week, and they were telling me they are going through a change process. Sasa hizo matasks zote wamedecide kukuwa na meeting 3 times a week, and I told them people will have meeting fatigue. What do you report 3 times a week, or what do you report even every week? Allow your employees to collect enough data so that they can come and report. They can have micro reporting or micro updates, which I get daily because I travel a lot and I don't sit with my team in the same place. So right now, if I am training, by today 4 p.m. or 5 p.m., I usually get what I call micro updates, daily updates. And this is on priority tasks or tasks that have a deadline tonight. So you will report and you will give me an overview. At the end of the week, I want to see the week in view. So you can have a daily view, you can have a weekly view, but for the meeting, I really recommend maybe every fortnight or every month. And you sit down, and this is an analysis and brainstorming session where you decide, let us look at and pay attention at what is happening in the organization. What are our big tasks? The big tasks are the ones that are connected to the goals and the vision of the company. They're also connected to your revenue generation that year. So kama unajua this year we are supposed to be maybe aiming for 10 million. So when you break down 10 million for a year, what does that look like per month? It's just under maybe 800,000. So being able to make 800,000 and I have 14 members and 2 of them are sales, 2 of them are back office. What do we need to do? Unaona hivi? So I like giving a number and a unified number to my team. And that unified number, I tell them in the brainstorming session, let us work backwards. We break it down into 4. Why do we break it down into 4? If it's an annual goal, and we break it down, nice method tumetumia, whether in global organizations or local or small business. I just take a number like 10, like for the year, I take 12. Let's say 1.2 million, that's what we are going for. If we are going for that, then that means every month we are going for something like 100,000. This is just hypothesis. So to do that, I have 14 members. If I have 14 members, 2 of them are revenue generators, 2 of them are support. What do we need to do in terms of splitting that figure to attain it? And that is our discussion. It now defines our monthly discussion. Sasa, if I split it into 4 in a year, that means every quarter I need to be making 300,000. See? So if I'm making 300,000, which put times 4, it will come to 12 for me to reach my annual goal. Sasa tukikaa chini, what are the activities? So, come on, I'm running a salon and I know I want 300,000 every quarter. Quarter 1 sikuweza kupata 300,000, nilipata 200. I am clear with myself, there is a deficit of 100,000 that is going into the next quarter. So I want everybody to push. We have to learn the lessons, and that is the importance of a brainstorming meeting. Wengine wetu tuseme tu ukweli, we have not sat with our team. Sisi upiga kelele when things are going wrong, but we have not sat with them in a unified manner and really told them what is required. First of all, you understand, give them a big vision, what is required, and then break that down into how do we get it, and then what are the micro tasks. Now, for us to make 100,000 in our salon, maybe we need not just wait for footfall at watu wamekuja saloni yetu, and we can't just continue with doing hair. Maybe we need to start doing hair and nails. We have done research because the support staff should be helping the sales staff to understand what are the new products. And this is how a brainstorming session works. You talk about the what, the how, the who, the when you're going to do something and deliver something.